Hey everybody. I was just putting the word out a little bit. How are y'all doing today? All right, so first things first. This is the Eve65. And I had originally done a typing test on this, but forgot to unmute the mic. I'm doing all right, trying to get the house clean. Girlfriend's mother is coming in town next week, and we don't want the house to look like a pit. So, trying to get some things straight. This is straight. So, low bar. But let's do a quick sound test for this, and then I'm also going to do a quick sound test for this. So this is the, I really need to flip this. I can horizontally. Anyway, don't mind the fact that everything's backwards for this stream, because I did something and my camera just went all wonkified. But here's this quick sound test. So, that is the Eve65. We're going to set Mr. Eve65 off on the side. And then this is our Monsgeek M1V5. And we're going to do a quick sound test on the Monsgeek M1V5 with the DeHuck on-point switches that have been spring swapped with the Geon pingless 52.5 gram springs. So first things first, let's go ahead and show off that beautiful RGB. The light spreader on the DeHuck switches are really working overtime on this, and I think it looks gorgeous if you like RGB, which I do. So here's another quick sound test. Before we start, little lanyap for you. If you don't know what lanyap is, it's a Cajun word that means a little something extra. So, Just for perspective, that is a Hall effect keyboard. So sounds really nice for Hall effect. But that is not why you guys are here. You're here for the Neo65. Oh, not the Neo65. Neo65 Cu. Which actually I have the Neo65 waiting in the wings. You might take a look at it in a little bit. But yeah, comes in this nice case. Actually, we'll bring it up because this is the comparison to the original. Don't mind the cat hair and stuff. This is the comparison to the case. So it comes in a case that is a little bigger. I don't know if that's going to translate into size, and we're going to measure them both when we're done. This one has a brass plate and a brass weight on it. So we're going to do a comparison of the weights when we're done too, because I think that'll be fun, because obviously this is copper bottom, but PC plate. So what do we got? We have gaskets. Let's see here. We have gaskets and isolated top mount gaskets. I think that's what those are. I'll have to refer to the build doc. Let's see if I can just lose every last one of these things because I'm dumb. Yeah. I am almost certain that is for the isolated top mount. Still dropping things. Alright. Did I get everything? I did not. Screw. Alright. Hopefully that's everything. Got everything we do. Okay. Nope. Still a screw. Luckily, Qwertykeys tends... Oh, hey, what's going on, Frank? Tends to include a lot of extras. So we have screws of some type here. And let me bring that to the front so I can see what you guys are seeing. Again, don't mind the fact that everything is backwards. This is what looks like the feet and the O-ring. Yeah, I mean, I do love a good PC plate, so... Oh, no, this is the long feet, right, because this uses a long foot and then two shorter feet. So we have those in both the gray and the black. We'll probably go with the black. I am on OBS. Well, I use slobs. Yeah, it's mirrored. My camera is here, obviously, and so it's normally inverted, and so I had to flip it. Let me see, can I flip it again? Or flip it horizontally? Really want to do that. Yeah, it's just a matter of figuring it out. That's what I'd like to do, is flip it horizontally. Yeah, I mean, I can't... I don't see it now. Let's go to video. Oh, yeah, it's not going to let me do anything while I'm actually on it, so I'll figure it out after the stream. Oh, right click, transform, flip horizontal. Ooh, there you go. Thank you, man. Thanks, Frank. Okay, continuing on, these are the set of Neo stabs that comes with. Yeah, we are not using those. We'll put those over there. I will keep those in check just in case. Here's our plate. Good old polycarbonate. I like polycarbonate over polypropylene or POM. I think it's a good middle ground. And where's a good place for you to live for now? We'll just put you right there. Right, wireless dongle is attached to the thing, to the PCB, which needs to come out. Here's our wireless dongle. We're going to set you to the side where you won't stick on anything. Haha, just kidding. Ooh, continuing the question from yesterday. What is your favorite X-Man? If anybody wants to answer. All right, so let's take a look at the PCB while you think about that. So here is our foam for the top. Here is our PE sheet. We will be using both of these. I will need to put this down before I put the stabs on. And here is that beautiful, I love this PCB graphic. Yeah, your favorite X-Men character. It can be anybody from the comic or from the movies. I include both New Mutants, X-Factor, in those. You know, just your favorite X-Man. Like, I can tell you mine. Mine is Kitty Pryde. Which, you know, so here's your switch for the wireless. Let's go ahead and flip it over so we can see what kind of options we've got, which we have a ton, and we already knew that. So you've got your step caps, you've got your split left shift, you've got your 7U support, which we will be using today. Then you have ISO, as well as split backspace. We will not be splitting the left shift or the backspace. We will be using step caps, standard ANSI 7U. So that's going to be my build for today. Oh, and of course, the Pogo connector. Thank goodness. Magneto, huh? I mean, I think he made a better bad guy, although in his tenure, his early tenure as an X-Man, where he was actually the teacher of the New Mutants while Charles was off planet, was really a good storyline. I also include Excalibur in that, so if that changes things. That changes things. Because then you start including people like Megan, who was fun. I like Megan. Alright, so that is everything except for our little kit that I almost missed. This should be our screwdriver and other items. I don't, well, technically he's not, but I was waiting for somebody to say Deadpool. So in here, again, I'm not going to open this because we're not using it, but you do have a braided USB A to C cable, as well as the Neo branded combination keycap switch puller, and a screwdriver, which is a hex bit that is specific for this. I don't know why they include this little one like this when they have this nice QK one, which is what I am going to use today. What's up? Who's your favorite X-Man? That's what's up. And then that is everything from the top. In the bottom, there's only one thing. It's inside of a slipcase, which I like. It is a Neo branded slipcase. And that is... Oh, goodness gracious, this thing is heavy. So I've already weighed the case alone. Deadpool from the comic started as a mercenary. Well, I mean, everybody likes Ryan Reynolds because Ryan Reynolds is... He is a fun actor. So I've already weighed this part right here, and it is 4.19 pounds. That's about 1.9 kilo for just this piece. And that piece being the teal top with the copper bottom and the dusk weight. My day is okay. Like I was saying earlier, I was cleaning because girlfriend's mom is coming next week in town, and she's sure gonna, of course, be spending some time here while she's in town to do fun projects. She and my girlfriend love crafty things. Oh, you think it's cool now? Oh man, hold on. Let's go ahead and do this because I can't wait. I did already look over the keyboard. I did not see any defects, especially during this time. If you choose to get the Neo or any Qwertykeys product, they are shipping fast. But at the same time, I've heard of some QC issues that have started to pop up because they're rushing things to get out before the tariffs strike. So that's going to fall out, but I don't care. All right, so here's your bottom. And it looks really neat. However, if you... That's cat hair. Go ahead and do the peel. Now, instead of that really, really nice brown, now you have the true bottom of this case, which is just this wonderful dusk weight. With the copper insert here with the teal planets. And I think that as far as it goes, the actually, that being said, before I go any further, now that I've taken off the protective coating, don't look at me. Don't look at me. Oh, wait, you can see me on the other camera. So, here's the question. I think that black is going to look better overall than the gray. What are y'all's thoughts? This is the black. And here's the gray. Now the gray and or the black. Actually, I could alternate. I could put gray at the bottom and I could put black in there, but I don't. I like it to match. But yeah, I think. Yeah, I think the black is going to be the best. Now, when you're putting these on, people have found that this does have the ability to be stretchy. Don't stretch it. You just lay it in. See if you can get it in place properly. Make sure that you have the right orientation. So there is a correct orientation for this because the one side, come on, let's start on the other side then. Cat hair. Did I get it? I think I got it. All right. One side is a little bit more curvy than the other side. It's barely noticeable, but keep that in mind when you're doing this. And don't stretch it. I mean, you could stretch it. I mean, it's your keyboard. You do whatever you want. I mean, you do you, bro. YOLO! I don't know. I just do that and it aggravates my girlfriend. They give you an extra foot in case you, for some reason, need to take it off for some reason or something. You mess it up, like I'm inevitably going to do. Okay, there's one. Yeah, definitely the black is the choice of champions here. Come on, foot. How about you, other one? Okay. All right, and we have 3 feet, 1 long foot, 2 short feet, so that I can turn it back over. Keep in mind the hey, Andrew Greatness, you made it! Yay! Keep in mind that when you are doing anything with the dusk weights for the QK boards or the other ones, the Prism ones, they get micro scratches like crazy. So keep that in mind when you're building your keyboard and when you're handling it. Because I had stopped getting the weights, and I just turned it over and that fell out again. I had stopped getting the dusk weight, and I actually took it off of my NEO65 because it was getting micro scratches. I am interested to see that, in fact, the slight gaps, I don't know if we'll be able to see it on camera, but there is a, yeah, there you go. There's a slight gap on either side on the side between the copper plate and the teal top. This was in the early protos, and apparently it's still there now. So that's interesting. How are you doing today, Into Greatness? We're going to set that up there. We are going to grab a plastic mat, and can need that. So we're going to be using Paigu stabs because I love Paigu stabs. I also have the Type Plus. I was thinking about using the Type Plus, but then I'm like, oh, I like Paigu stabs. Oh, working on music. That's cool. Oh, hey, I forgot to turn the music back on. Thanks for sort of reminding me. We're going with whimsical fantasy music today. Let me know if my whimsical fantasy music is too loud. Okay. So I'm going with the Paigu stabs because I love Paigu stabs, but I do have the Type Plus. I could use those. I could also use the Neo stabs, but really the Neo stabs are probably my third favorite stab behind these two. We'll leave that. I don't know if I'm going to use those. And then I'll leave you there. We are going to need 4. You 4. And then you 2 go back in here for my next keyboard. And it's 4 because I have a 7U spacebar. Oh yeah, the Paigu. I will always like to mention that they do not include. You're going to set to the side. 7U bars. So if you're going to use Paigu and you are going to use 7U, you'll need to find or purchase a 7U spacebar, which they sell them, I think, at Novel Keys. It's either Novel Keys or a Divinity, I think, has them. And you lube the housing more as a cushion than to actually provide any ability for it to slide better. I mean, these the stabs will slide very well on their own. So you don't really need to worry about that, but what you do need is for it to have some cushion so that they don't rattle against the sides as they go up and down, because they're not the tightest. I mean, they have a little bit of wobble, and you know, it's fine. I mean, a little bit of give is good for stabilizers, in my opinion. Although, I would be interested to hear your thoughts on the matter of stabilizers, if anybody has one. Because I was on Apiary, and she has very strong opinions, and very strong opinions about stabilizers. One of her opinions really kind of hit the mark for me and reminded me that I needed to not lube my bends. I had up until this point been lubing the bends, and today I am not gonna do that. However, she also doesn't like stabilizers that are unders, not overs. I love stabilizers that are unders because she has the ability to pop wires back in if they come out. I do not. It is very much a skill issue, and it is a skill I do not possess. So, there's that. Oh, no. Can I just do that backwards? Come out. Okay. Hey, Andrew Greatness, what do you think of this music? Because this is kind of the vibe that I want for my stream. I know a lot of people do like techno chill or, you know, just whatever, but I really, you know, I love fantasy stuff. I don't know. Maybe that makes me a weirdo. I'm a big, not Dungeons and Dragons, but Pathfinder. Our neighbor's walking a dog. That's that noise, by the way. Okay. That's 3. And one more. Yeah, on yesterday's stream we were talking about that X-Men animated series Hook and how great it is. It's just one of those things, and really I love movie soundtracks. This is not a movie soundtrack. This is royalty-free fantasy mystical forest type music on YouTube. This is Qwertykeys 205G0. It is a lubricant. And it's not 100% needed with these stabilizers. Basically, the stabilizers, these stabilizers have little silicone inserts in them. So for the most part, they don't tick already. But the 205G0 kind of just gives it just a little bit extra. And again, I'm not putting it on it necessarily for the ability to make the slide smoother, which it does, but more to act as a little bit of an extra cushion. And then we're going to move these to the side. We're going to bring up this, and we're going to bring out our PCB again. So there's actually a bunch of different ways. Like most people, when they're building... Sorry, hold on. Let me get this out. Most people, when they're building their keyboards, use dielectric grease for their builds. I don't, and it's not anything except for, I think when I was very first starting out in the keyboard hobby, we bought dielectric grease. We bought the brand that was recommended, and I think we got an old batch, and it just didn't work very well. And I think that has clouded my judgment, and we still have it around here somewhere, and I don't use it because I think come on, go in your hole. Are you in? You're not in. Where you at? There you are. Okay. There you go. Okay. Yeah, so we still have it around here. I don't use it. 205G0 is kind of a keyboardist industry standard lube. And then you have the Tribiosis 3203 and 3204, which is kind of lighter than the Qwertykeys. Alright, so these are in, and then we are going to put in our little pokey bits here. Make sure everything stays where it needs to stay. I don't know why I have this on. For this part. Me without glasses. You. You're not in all the way. Are you? I want to take off my glasses, so I'm not wearing them. All right. Hey, there's one. All right. Come on, you. Going right. Makes it seem magical every time I get a stab. Shim in. That one went in a little bit nicer. Nope. Okay, let's try that again. I think that one's a little thicker. Some of these are thicker than others. It has to do with how they mold them. So if it doesn't go in easily, should check it to see if it's one of the thicker ones. This one has already gone into the same spot. It's just an idiosyncrasy of the clip-in stabs. Luckily, they give you a whole slew of them, and they're really easy to just go, well, you know, I don't need that one anyway. Doesn't help that I have giant fingers. Hey, man. Yeah, it is. I am really looking forward to it. I actually got 3 awesome boards on the same day because everybody's trying to beat the tariffs. So I had ordered this a couple months ago. And so it arrived pretty much on time, maybe a little early. But then, oh, does it? Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, really this, oh, there it is. Love showing off the bottom of it. The dusk weight with the copper, I think was just kind of the ideal combination for this. Oh, backwards, I think. Yeah, okay. I think it was the ideal combination for the Neo, personally. I think anybody who got a different combination is perfectly valid, but like normally I would have gone for the, this is the teal color, yes. Normally I would have gone for the navy, but in this particular case, all right, I need to scissor. I love scissoring. Normally I would have gone for the navy, but I mean, this teal color looks great, and I'm hoping that it really goes with the WinMix keycaps that I have earmarked for it. And so that is good. Let's go ahead and put this back on. And this is the tri-mode board, just so everybody knows. So that has a little on-off switch right here. Batteries are underneath the weight. Right? That's why I said it, because I knew you had to have been going for a drink at that point. And nope. And this is the polycarbonate plate. So we're going with that. And then let's make sure that you are lined up, and you are. Put you down. Okay. Push up a little bit on the sides here. All right. So my plan was to use Hades switches, which are these. These are an HMX switch, and I think they're really nice. I've been looking for the right board that can showcase them well. And I think that this is gonna be it. So first I put in the corners to help the positioning plate position properly. Be careful when you are putting in your switches initially, especially along the top row, because they'll have a tendency to push down on the PC plate, not actually catch, which can cause you to have a bad time, because it can cause it to switches to pop out. Don't want that. So do this corner, make sure that it comes up. I believe, yeah, okay. Since we're doing 7U, we are going to invert the switches on the left side, which is fine because there's no RGB on this keyboard except for the caps lock and the, I think that might be it, just caps lock. And then our space bar is also going to be inverted for the 7U. However, usually, and I'm going to double check this, yes, the right side, which is this guy right here, is actually not inverted. So you have inverted, 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 then inverted here. I will be right back. Okay. Sorry about that. I heard a loud noise from the other room and I wanted to make sure everything was okay. Everything was okay. So, so yeah, the other day I got 3 fantastic keyboards arrived in my house, to my house on the same day that I ordered, each 1 month apart. So 2 months ago, roughly, I ordered this guy, and he arrived. And then I ordered the Eve, like on Tuesday, and it got here on Thursday, which was crazy. I built that yesterday, so if you missed that, you can watch the video on demand here or on YouTube. And then also 1 month ago, when it went on sale, I bought the TET. There you go. Okay. And I'm excited about that, although I will not be building that. That's next week's build, is going to be the TET. Because I love a good FRL 1800, which the TET looks like it's gonna be. Yeah, just like the Eve and this, I have like the perfect plan for that board because I'm going to use retro mixed lights with dark alphas, which should complement the multicolored triangles that are going to be on the bottom. If you're familiar with the TET, then you know what I'm talking about. Or you could go check it out over at KBD Fans. Right now, I think still might be the base is like $100, which is crazy. That's like a $400 board. All in, you're about $200 for the TET. And that's without keycaps or switches. I mean the baseboard and all in. All right. So far, so good. Everything's looking all right. So, if the WinMix beige or cream blue doesn't work on here, if it doesn't match up the way I think it's gonna, then there's always JTK Azure, which I have as well. That's downstairs though. I'll need to go grab it. So anybody who's joined, the question of the day, actually it was the question of yesterday and today, who is your favorite X-Man? And just in case Jignate shows up, Batman is not an acceptable answer. Because he's just some rich dude who took some martial arts. He does count. He was actually might actually be an X-Man right now. But anybody in, because for a while he actually taught at Xavier's school for gifted. So, interesting question, or interesting answer. What is it that you like about Magneto? Is it his powers? Is it his antisocial behavior? Is it the fact that he ripped the adamantium out of Wolverine once? All right, so we have our PCB. Again, we have our step caps. We have our 7U bottom row. We did not split this. We did not split this. So we'll put this off to the side. We'll grab our keycaps. By the way, these keycaps are, let's do this. Let's move you off to the side. On the WinMix.store, these are only $20. Let's see. Maybe I'll just check it. Let me show you, and y'all can tell me what you think. Well, we'll just set that on there and crush them. So here's the blue versus the blue. What do y'all think? You think this is going to work? Well, he has good reason to hate Nazis. Let me just say that. I'm not sure. Let me... Oops. Come back. Let me go grab Azure real quick, because I want to see. We're going to set this off to the side. I will be back immediately. All right. Okay, let's take a look here. Yes. Oh, I think this is going to be our better bet. Just grab that space bar. Pull this back over. It's still too blue. This has a lot more green in it. But I think it's going to work. We're going to go with it. We're going to go with JTK Azure, which is this set right here. I may get other one. Let me get another set later. See if I can find something that matches it a little bit better. What am I doing? Make good choices, Chris. think you're wrong one. Yeah. I think you are the right one. Guess we'll have to see. Yeah, we might revisit that. Okay. Anyway. Nope, that's all right. Okay. So then I just need to find what I'm going to put on that key. Because it does not appear as if they have a bottom row end button, which is what I wanted. I will look again. I may just put function over there. That would work. That, and then we just need our function. That goes there. And we have keycaps, ladies and gentlemen, and persons of all ages. Look at your cover. Okay. So this is a hidden screw design. There are 2, 4, and then 1 at the top screws that need to be taken out in order to open the case. So, while I'm doing this, I can do this gasket mounted, or I can do this isolated top mount. Does anybody have any thoughts or opinions? I don't normally do an isolated top mount. But I would definitely be willing to try it in this case. We could even do one and then the other. Okay, we should be able to lift off our case, and we can. As you can see here, if we wanted to take off the bottom part of the case, there are 2, 4, 6, 8 screws that hold that part on, and that would give us access to the bottom. I don't think we need to do that in this case. The pogo looks like it's good and ready. This is fitting in nicely. So now we're at that junction. Do we want gasket or isolated top mount? You stay here. Alright, fine. I'm going to do it. I might change it later, but for now, we'll try an isolated top mount, because I've never done it. So, to do an isolated top mount, you put these little shims in here properly, not the way I'm doing it. Okay. And 1. Singular sensation. And we take our PCB, and we drop it on. And it should go in. I said it should go in. And they all dropped out. maybe I won't be doing an isolated top mount. That's interesting. Oh. Ow. Ow. You crazy keyboard, you. You have to remove these keycaps. So, good to know. They will obstruct your board from going in. Do this the right way. What am I doing? Come on. Come on, Chris. What are you thinking? But the switches don't look like they obstruct, which is good. You two. And you two. So let's go ahead and put our tweezers. I seem to be missing one, but there are extras, and it will turn up in short order, I am certain. Alright, let's try this again. So, this should just drop down. Come on. What are you getting caught on? So you guys have already fallen out again. Maybe I need to do this a different way. Maybe I need to refer to the build guide. Maybe I just need to use gasket mount. Let's go look at the build guide real quick. Okay. Neo build guides. 65 Cu. Oh, because I'm dumb. They go the other way. They isolate from the top. Let's go ahead and pull these guys out. So stop being stupid. All right. So now this goes in here, and then goes through, and then sits all the way down. And then we put the screws through. These guys, and then they go in here. Never done this before, but I'm gonna do my opposite corners like I always do. Don't drop your screwdriver. Trying not to tighten them too much. Because the gaskets are very bouncy. I think that's by design, so I don't want to over tighten and ruin that. Look here. Okay, there we go. Okay. Magnetic screws. Hey, look at you. How's it going? You might be gaming. Yeah, it's a fantasy ethereal forest kind of playlist, royalty-free music that I found on YouTube. Because I like fantasy music. I like fantasy in general. And we should be relaxing on a Saturday. Building a keyboard. Right? There we go. What are you doing today? You got anything going on? Okay, there we go. And we have most of a keyboard. Let's go ahead and drop that back down in there. that is good. Got to rescrew our hidden screws. Oh. Oh, that's cool. Where'd y'all go for dinner? Anything fun, exciting? Oh my god. Why would you... When Microsoft Tech ever tells you to reformat your computer, hang up. Because they're obviously an idiot. Oh, that's cool. Alright. Page up. That's... Tab. Escape. Okay. So now that it's all together, what do we think about the combination of the colors? Yeah, that is not how you should be doing things. We are gonna pause the music a little bit because we're gonna do a quick typing test. But I am curious if we think that this color blue and this color teal work together, because that's really my big question here. I think in real life it's pretty close to what you're seeing on the screen. But let's do a quick typing test and see how we like the isolated top mount. That sounds weird. Let's take a look here. It doesn't sound too bad. It's got a little bit... One of the problems I have with the Hades switches is that it has a little bit of a twang to it. Let's see. Yeah, it was probably the tech just... Well, the tech is probably just phoning it in at this point anyway, if that's where they're going real quick. I mean, I don't know how long they were on the phone with them, but... we're going to try some Huano Aries gift switches. see if we can get a bit of a different sound. Excuse me. And then I might try some HMX Deep Navy, which I think will match the case a little bit. Not really, but at least it'll be blue. I kind of like that. Let's go ahead and try Deep Navies in it. All right, so this is our Hades switches. This is the Aries gift switches. And this is the Deep Navy switches. I mean, this is much higher pitched, but it's a much cleaner sound. But I'm not hating the Aries gift. I think it's going to be the Aries gift. I think we're going to have to rebuild. Rebuild. Working on it for 3 hours. I mean, what was going on that needed 3 hours? Like, was the networking not working at all? Is that... Uh-oh. Don't lose that. So if you rebuilt it, or if he reformatted it, did it start working after the reformat? Oh, Hades switches. I want to like you so much. God of War beats the God of the Underworld, apparently. Yeah, I mean, it's harder. That doesn't sound great. Especially if you're If you're a younger technician, ooh, 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 I have an idea. I will be right back. All right, ignore that guy there, whoever that is. Let's try something else. Because I got a good feeling. I've got a feeling. These are HMX Kanglin V2s, and I think they are going to be the answer to my problem. Alright, thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate you. Have a great rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend. So this is what I like to call Switch Thunderdome. I kind of go through a bunch of different switches, seeing what works. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. A little bit of scratches coming through, but I think I'm fine with that. Yeah, I should have done that, but I didn't. All right. Let's see here. let's just do that as well. Come here, you. Bye-bye. I do have to say the music is kind of working for me. It's very fantasy buildy music. So I like the Kanglin V2s much more than the Kanglin V3s, actually. I find that they have a much cleaner sound. I think that they tried to make it better, and I think they made it worse. Luckily, for the time being, you can still get Kanglins. So if you're interested in trying them, they are very budget switch. Usually for 30 cents a switch or under. Come here, you. Uh-oh, what did I do? Where'd y'all go? There you are. Okay. I should just charge you while I'm not using you. Okay. Yeah, that cleans up a lot of problems that I had, I think. You know what I don't own? Nixies. I have 0 Nixies. I have like pretty much every HMX switch except for Shinhai's. I don't have any of those either. I had used some Nixies that Baron Boards Luke had filmed and lubed for me for his BP1 build that I did a stream on. It was actually my very first keyboard stream. And I was like, not impressed. Probably because I like a deeper sound. It's also the reason why I've never gotten Shinhai's. It's also the reason why those Deep Navies are not on a keyboard. Just find deeper sounding keyboards to be more satisfying for me to type on. Find like the super clack that some people like. Not naming any names, but I find that sound to be alarming. Whereas a nice, deep, thocky, or even creamy keyboard, I find to be relaxing, and I find I like typing on it more. I also generally like a softer feel, but today we're going to go with the isolated top mount, which is not as bad as just a straight up top mount, because I am pushing against that silicone dampener that it's screwed through. So it has something to give it some give, but only so far. Okay, that's 2. Yeah, sounding pretty good. Let's do this without scratching my finish. No. Hell. Luckily, I already did most of this row already. Nice. Go the other way. Okay. Hey, what's going on? How are you? What's going on, Geekhack? Who's your favorite X-Man? So far today, Magneto seems to be the big winner on your favorite X-Man. How about you? He might be gaming. Do you have a favorite X-Man? Do you like X-Men at all? Better. I mean, it definitely can be, especially because I had said that that includes Gambit. Nice. That is currently now tied at 2 apiece for Phoenix from the original. So the Jean Grey, not Jean Grey, who went evil and devoured a planet, or no, devoured a star, and then suicided to save the universe from her. Are you talking about before she went Dark Phoenix or while she was Dark Phoenix? Like, are you talking Hellfire Club? I know a lot about the Phoenix, surprisingly. I guarantee. Sorry, it's a bad Justin Wilson. Which is funny, the fact that I come from New Orleans and I cannot do a Cajun accent. but I can yawl with the best of them. You can tell. Hey, Smoked Out. Just changing out the switches. I tried Hades switches. They didn't quite work for me. So I'm putting in Kanglins. And I think that was the right move. How are you doing today, man? Doing all right? Oh, and who's your favorite X-Man? It could be anybody from the X-Men, X-Factor, New Mutants. It could be the worst X-Man. Excalibur. I would say Marauders, except for... Oh, Pyro wasn't an X-Man at any point until the Marauders. Okay, that is all the switches that needed to go in. Okay. Mid. Side. Lid on the Hades. I hope so. I mean, like, everybody seems to be shipping early now, which is great. Frank was here. I meant to ask him if there is any update on the ASCII F. I don't know if he's still around. But I'd be curious to see if that's... Storm, that's a good choice. She is a great character with a lot of depth. Oh, hey, look, it's the thing I was missing earlier. There you are. No, spider delayed again. Sorry. Alright, I'm gonna pause the music again, as we are going to go ahead and do a sound test on this. Oh, and if any new person wants to chime in on how they feel about this color combination here between the blue of the keys of JTK Azure and the Azure teal case. But for now, let's do a quick typing test. All right. Keep hearing a little bit of spring crunch here and there, and I think it's just from the stem not going completely in. All right, let's see. Hey, look, we have a keyboard. There are lights and everything. Let's go. No, let's move this down. I'm going to bring up my window capture. There you are. Okay. Done and make it visible. So this was the build guide. Oh, thanks for stopping by, End of Greatness. I appreciate you being here, man, as always. You're my biggest fan. I'm yours. Can't wait to hear some of your music. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's see. Did they ever institute the web configurator for... They did not. So we got to grab our JSON file. We don't do that right either. Save link as. Downloads. Am I not able to type? Oh, because I've got to... There we go. Show design tab, go to my design tab, yes. All right, let's take a look at the VIA. So there's no web configurator for this. There is... let's go get the full thing. We have already made some changes to this. That is that. You are going to be my MO. If you don't know how to use VIA, you would go here, bottom row, switch, and then that shows up properly. But we are going to make you right control. We're going to make you there M1. Alright, that is everything correct. Okay, then we're going to come over here. Why are you right shift? I don't know, but you're not going to be for long. I'm going to change that to that so that it picks up from the bottom. It's very interesting that it actually put in all of the keys here. So that's not something that I'm used to seeing. Stop. Here, play. You are previous. You are next. Anything else that I wanted? Oh, I almost forgot. I want things. Home, page up. Delete and page down. Okay. This is kind of my normal configuration. I kind of do this here. this here. So these are my navigation cluster, always just to the side here in the same order, except for I replace insert with print screen because I don't use insert because insert's the stupidest key on the keyboard. And I replace it with print screen because I find that to be useful. And then your home, your page up, your delete, your end, page down. So it's all basically in the same sort of configuration. I also don't use scroll lock or pause because those are basically vestigial keys of a bygone era, unless you are using a KVM. I have no KVMs. I don't use any KVMs, and most of my KVMs that I have interacted with recently have buttons. I put my volume controls down here because it's very handy, except for my next and previous I put over on the other side because it's also handy. And yeah. And then if I come over here, this will be the Mac configuration, and then the Mac layer 1, which is actually layer 3. But, you know, I'm never going to put it into Mac mode, so it doesn't matter. So what do y'all think of the keyboard? Do we think that we're happy with the keycap situation? There we go. That is my biggest question. Now, just to show everybody the whole keyboard, in case you missed it. So we have the teal top. There is a copper bottom. So basically, the entire bottom of the keyboard is made of copper with a dusk weight on the bottom of that. And so let's see what. So just the case itself weighed 4.19 pounds, or about 1.9 kilos. Let's take a look at our finished keyboard. Hello. Okay. And so, ooh, 5.95 pounds. So that is very heavy for that little guy. Let's see what that is in. Stay. Let's see what that is in kilograms, shall we? And then we're going to do a quick comparison between it and my regular Neo65. See how the two compare. Oh, y'all are in an ad break. All right, so yeah, that's about 2.7 kilograms for this guy. This is my Neo 65, my original Neo 65, and just a quick comparison between the two, size-wise, and basic overall. It looks, I mean, they look pretty similar. This is significantly lighter, despite the fact that this actually has, it's hard to see, but that is a brass plate that it has. And I forget what switches I have in there. But let's see. Oh, goodness gracious. It's definitely lighter. So it's 5.95 pounds. Just as a comparison, here is the Neo 65 with a brass weight, 3.45 pounds. So significantly lighter. For a second point of comparison, this is the Dimium. That is a through and through brass weight on it. This is also 4.25 pounds, so they're right about the same. This has a polycarbonate plate similar to this one. Thank you, trusty scale. So yeah, I think it came out really nice. I love it. The thing is definitely a looker. I mean, that side profile. I love how you've got this and this that lead into each other. And then the scoop at the bottom is very interesting. And then kind of towards the back. If you look at the back itself, you can see, maybe you can see, there it is, the little Neo planetary logo, which is featured a little bit more prominently here in a slightly different fashion. But yeah, that's the build. Does anybody have any questions? Want to see anything? Did we want to look at the Eve 65 a little as well? Earlier, I was looking at that. You can go right here. I'm going to put you up here. Yeah, funnily enough, this is the Eve 65. Is probably my lightest keyboard. This weighs, I think, around 2 pounds. Oh, trusty scale one more time. £1.48 pounds. So, I mean, this is a study in opposites. It is the difference between a thick copper keyboard and an all polycarbonate keyboard. In this one we've got tri-mode. This one is wired only. This one cost over $200. This one was $50. Free shipping. Part of that $200 was $38 for air shipping on this guy, which inevitably I believe has gone up to about $60 for shipping. So keep that in mind if you're going to be buying this keyboard, or really any keyboard. Is that shipping is going to be enormous at this point. All right, Coke Zero, not sponsored, but if they want to sponsor me, I'll take it. This is how the this sounds in comparison. Very different. The switches in here are HMX Purple Dawns, so very comparable as far as the deep tone that it should have. Really what you're getting here is they have basically the same amount of foam. This has a bottom foam, it has a PE sheet, it has plate foam. It is a polycarbonate plate, so polycarbonate plate, foams. Similar but not the same HMX switches. These are dye sub PBT Marshmallow from Osume. It is the Lilac Dreams Marshmallow set, whereas this is a double shot PBT. We could put some dye subs on here. If I could think of a dye sub that I have that would work. Ooh, that's a good question. Do I have a dye sub that would work on here? Why are you higher than my other switches? Why are you bad? Why am I just noticing this now? Hold, please. We're not seated properly. You are fine. You are still not seated properly. Now I've unseated you. You work? All right, let's see. Do you actually work? You absolutely do not work. We are absolutely not playing that game. Okay. Try a different switch. Maybe it's just a thing. All right, yeah. I don't know why. You're out of here for now. I'll take a look at you later. That's better. Alright, that's not going to do anything. That is... All right, yeah, everything works. All right, yeah, that's the board. If there is no questions about it or about any of the other keyboards that I've looked at recently, then I think I'll probably wrap it up and see if there's somebody we can raid. Raid. Cosplay. Follow. Who do we got? Nobody. Really? Nobody. Is there anything y'all are interested in? I've got crochet here. Somebody's house is a wreck. No. All right. Well, then apparently I have nobody to pass you guys to. So I am going to call it. I hope that you enjoyed the build. I really enjoyed building this. I might see if I have different keycaps for it, but overall, I like the sound. And yeah. Next week, I will be back to my normal streaming day on Sunday at 3 p.m. Mountain Time. We'll be building the TET by KBD fans. And so I hope to see you there because I have been wanting that keyboard for so long. And finally, the price came down because it's on clearance. And so I picked it up. And it arrived last Thursday along with this and this. Very interesting. So I hope to see you there. And again, I appreciate y'all being here. And thanks again for watching. And have a great rest of your weekend.